back, folks. Chase Valenzuela here for a review of the brand new 900 Global Eternity Pi. This ball is a solid version of the Eternity that's been out for a little while now. That one's been one of my favorites because it's pretty unique for a pearl asymmetrical ball. It's not really clean and whippy and angular. It's pretty heavy rolling and continuous, where it keeps a smoother shape, it keeps its axis, and it really, for me, drives through the pins a lot better than some of the more responsive pearl asyms that we've had in the line in the last couple of years. So far, the Pi seems to be more of the same here. I definitely get reality vibes from this Eternity Pi. It's slightly cleaner than your typical asymmetrical solid ball, and it does keep going a little better from left to right as I move in and soften up in the same way that the reality did. You also may notice a change of scenery here. We are at Enterprise Park Lanes in Springfield, Missouri. Many of you will recognize this bowling center from the Greater Ozarks Open, which is an annual tournament that runs for 16 weeks at a time. As of August 1st, I took over as the general manager over those two shops that are in those two centers where the Greater Ozarks is held. That's Enterprise Park Lanes and Sunshine Lanes. Those shops are now known as Balls of Fame Pro Shops. We've got a lot of fun things in store for you coming along with the introduction of the new Pro Shops. I am working under the owner, Casey Murphy, who again, many of you probably know of. Getting back to the ball review here, we've got the Eternity Pi going down the lane. I just sort of moved in and slowed down as I threw this ball more and more. I tried to start a little more direct, and then I'm just steadily chasing it in and softening up the ball speed as needed. One number about the score that I like that's sort of atypical with some of these bigger asymmetricals is the intermediate differential value. So that intermediate diff on the Eternity is only 0.016. I find that to be a nice medium spot where it doesn't over-respond to friction and it keeps going really well, but it still does roll fairly heavy the way that I expect an asymmetrical ball to. First comparison ball up is the Tour Dynamx from Roto. This ball's been one of my favorites. It's an asymmetrical IQ Tour essentially, so for me it's a little bit earlier and gets a little bit more forward down the lane than the IQ Tour does, and it really gives me a ton of control, and as I get left to get to the puddle, I can really get it to pick up and not miss it. Compared to the Eternity Pi, I think the Tour Dynamx is actually a pinch earlier for me, but the Eternity Pi is way more dynamic and obviously has a much bigger core, so it's a lot better at going left to right without me having to really throw it slow and soften the speed up. The Eternity Pi reminds me of some of those balls back in the day, like the Lock and the Alpha Crux, that were those cleaner, solid pieces that really had a long window of usability because they don't burn up and get forward the way something like, say, a gem would, where you might start with a gem, but for me, as I go left to right with it, it does start to hit flat and get a little straighter down the lane, and the Eternity Pi does not do that. It really keeps going well and gives me a really good balance of control and continuation while still picking up fairly early front to back. The Eternity Pi is available now at your local Storm VIP Pro Shops, or come see us at Balls of Fame Pro Shops, located once again inside Enterprise Park Lanes and Sunshine Lanes here in Springfield, Missouri. As always, if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.